Hey, welcome back to your Precision Data Analytics channel this fine Friday evening. This, of course, is the fourth and final look of this week at the Vanguard LifeStrategy Fund. Tonight we're looking at what? At the Growth Fund, which I'll say right an inch of full disclosure. I have a small stake in this growth fund. Okay, so we begin by looking at one of my favorite plots for some reason. That is a monthly box plot. Again, the whiskers represent the high and low price for the month. The shaded box represents the 50%, the middle 50% of the closing prices. So the wider the box, the more volatility there's going to be, because it means there's more numbers within the 50% quartile. That's also called the interquartile range. Again, you can see since April, the numbers really have changed quite a bit. Now we look at the weeks for the current quarter. This is going to be the second quarter, right? And again, the last few weeks, we had a very narrow week last weeks ago, but now you can see we have a little bit of volatility here, 2 weeks ago. Then it kind of settled back down again. Okay. Now, one of my other favorite plots, of course, is what is the 100-day moving average plot. It's very broadly understood. As long as what we're looking for is for the price to be above this 100-day moving average. That's also a good day. What about the relative strength index? Well, we can see since it looks like either May or June, it kind of settled down. Well, we have some volatility. It's really pretty much staying between the 50 and the slightly overbought, but it's moving kind of horizontally, which means the volatility is fairly stable and the price is fairly stable. What about the old divergence convergence plot? Well, again, we discussed over before. Let's look at over here again. You can see that the red line is declining a little bit, and while the line moves above and across a couple times, as the histogram bars tell us, that the movement or the volatility is not very strong. Okay, and we'll see that with down here also with the Bollinger Band plot. Okay, you can see that the distance between the two red lines, the two standard deviation lines, when it's narrow, that means the volatility is narrow. There's not a lot of volatility in the price, which confirms what we saw in the box plots. Okay, and again, you can see the lines are pretty much staying above this 20-day moving average line here, but within the +2 standard deviations. And what about the dividends? Well, the dividends, of course, is so it's, the last quarter they were 40. They were 40 cent. They moved above the 40-cent level, but you can see there's some volatility, some variance inside the dividend price. Okay, so there you have it. Your stock analysis this week for the LifeStrategy Growth Fund.